Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, welcome back to another lesson of quadratic equation or quadratic expression. Okay, this is actually a continuity lesson from the previous one, which was actually factorizing. And we learned to factorize a quadratic expression into their bracketed forms. So in this lesson, we learn how to solve quadratic equations using the bracketed factorized form that we got earlier. Okay, so using the example that we have already gotten, okay, from the previous lesson, which is x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals to 0. And actually, we also have found out that we will get these bracketed forms. Okay, so how do we solve that using those bracketed factorized expressions? Okay, it's none other than, okay, you just need to separate them up. Okay, separate them up into two different um, equation. Okay, so which represents the brackets. So in this case, will be x minus 3 equals to 0, or x minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, so in that, you just need to bring over the minus 3 to the other side. So, and that's where we have x equals to 3. Bring over the minus 1 into the other side. So x equals to 1. Isn't it easy, right? Okay, so, but then don't forget, okay, after you have already found the answers, okay, please put in your multiplication frame to support how you got your factorized bracketed expressions. Okay, because those are actually your real marks. Okay, using calculator is not part of the marks, but your multiplication frame is the one that will give you your marks in exams. Okay, so put it inside. So let's revise back how to put it inside. So x minus 3, x minus 1. Okay, so multiply together, we got x squared, x and minus 3 multiply together, minus 3x, minus 1 times x minus 1 times minus 3, you get a positive 3. And then don't forget your diagonal. So minus 3x plus minus x, we get a minus 4x. By now, this thing you have already learned in the previous chapters, okay, that we have learned in class. Okay, so you just need to check again, okay, that do you get all the expressions intended in from the original equation? And yes, we have x squared. So we have x squared here. We have minus 4x. We also have minus 4x here. And then we have a 3, and we also have a 3 here. So that makes the multiplication frame correct. And you get your full marks from there. Okay, so now we go on to the next part. What about if we factorize, okay, or solve, in this case, 3x squared plus 19x minus 14 equals to 0. Okay, so using your calculator to assist you, mode 522, okay, you should get in your calculator, okay, x minus 7 and x, okay, x minus 7 equals to, sorry, x equals to minus 7, and x equals to 2 over 3. Okay, so write down somewhere. Okay, so this because this is not part of the working. You need to write down somewhere in pencil, somewhere over in the paper. Okay, all these things. Because why? The next one is because you need to form up your bracket, your bracketed factorized expression. So by now you should know how to do these things. So you should get x plus 7. Okay, but now this is the new thing, okay, which is a bit different from the previous bracketed forms. You get a fraction instead. So how to do that? Okay, is just by simply, okay, you need to cross multiply. So 3 times x, you get a 3x, okay, equals to 2. Okay, so once you get this, just bring over, okay, as usual, and you get your bracketed form. Okay, so as what we have learned from the previous chapter, chapter 3, 3.4, factorize. Okay, so this is the real one that we need. Okay, the bracketed expression to represent your factorized form. Okay, so again, as usual, don't forget your multiplication frame. So x7, 3x minus 2, 3x squared, 21x minus 2x, 7 times minus 2 minus 14, and then don't forget your diagonal. So minus 2x plus 21x, you get a 19x. Okay, so again, let's check. Okay, if everything is all okay, we get what is the intended original expression. 3x square. Yes, we have a 3x square. We have a 19x. We have a 19x here. Minus 14. We also have a minus 14 as well. So yes, that multiplication frame is actually correct already. Okay, so now once we already factorize it, okay, we are supposed to solve this quadratic equation because that's equals to 0. So equals to 0. Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, is by, okay, we separate them up. Okay, equals to 0. So x plus 7 equals to 0. 3x minus 2 equals to 0. So just bring over. Okay, so x equals to minus 7. Bring over here, 3x equals to 2. X, okay, you have to divide by 3. Divide by 3. 2 over 3. So this will form your answers. Okay, so please, okay, this is the final answers. Okay, so all these things, okay, okay, you do not need to put that as your first working. Okay, just write down lightly somewhere in pencil, okay, that this is supposed to be what you need to get. Okay, from there, okay, you form your bracketed forms from there. This will be your working from here. Okay, this will be your working. So this is one first mark. This will be your second mark. And this will be your third mark. So again, this thing is not part of the working. It's just for you to write down somewhere to assist you to form your brackets. That's all. Okay, so you don't write down from start x equal to minus 7, x equal to 2 over 3. No, because why? In the end, you see, you will get the same thing again. Okay, so you do not need to write down that x equal to minus 7, x equal to 2 over 3, right? Just write down somewhere lightly as a part of the rough working. Okay, because why? From there, then you form this. Okay, to assist to form your bracketed expression, factorized expression. Okay, right? So that is with this question. Okay, so now we continue with the last question. Okay, what about if we have this? Ah, sounds okay. Does it seem familiar to you? Okay, this is actually part of your factorized form using a square minus b square. Remember? A square minus b square, you should get a plus b, a minus b. Okay, so where every time when you see a quadratic and there are two expressions on two terms only, okay, this might be the one that you need to use. So if we look back here, 4y square, okay, the 4y square is here, minus 9 is here, but it's not yet complete without making it into the bracketed quadratic form. So 4y square, you can break them up into, okay, 4. Okay, it's a square number. The square number is 2. 2 square will become 4. So y square, the y, you have to square it to become y square. So we have this. So what is the square number of 9? The square number of 9 will be a 3. 3 square. So from here, we can actually factorize it to become, based on this formula, 2y plus 3, 2y minus 3. Okay, using your formula. Okay, factorizing a square minus b square formula. Okay, but now this is how to factorize. Okay, so for how to factorize is done. Now how to solve it is also the same. So equate it equals to 0. So 2y plus 3 equals to 0. 2y minus 3 equals to 0. So again the same thing. 2y equals to minus 3. 2y equals to 3. So y equals to minus 3 divided by 2. So y equals to divided by 2 also. So we have 3 over 2. Yep. So this will form your answer. Okay. So this one is a bit simpler because we do not need a multiplication frame. We can just use, okay, the formula a square minus b square as part of the working, right? And that's all. Okay. So the moral of the story is, okay, let's revise, let's summarize. Okay, so in order for you to solve a quadratic equation, of course, we need to get your factorized bracketed form. And that factorized form, okay, you have to ensure that it must be equals to 0. Okay, the first thing first, you need to ensure that the x squared plus the x plus the number, example, okay, must always equals to 0. Okay, so that once you, after you make sure it equals to 0, then you factorize that into the bracketed form, and this will also be equals to 0. And then you break it up, equals to 0, and another one bracket equals to 0, and solve it from there. And then don't forget your multiplication frame. Okay, so with that in mind, ensuring that it's equal to 0, ensuring that you know how to factorize into your bracketed expression form, ensuring that you know how to bring over to get your answer, x equals something, y equals something, and so on. That will ensure that your full marks is there. Okay, oh, and yes, don't forget also, okay, your multiplication frame to earn your method marks as well. Okay, all right. Except for if it is a square minus b square, you can use that formula a plus b, a minus b. Okay, so all the best, okay, in attempting your solving quadratic equation in class. Okay, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, okay, your activity later on. Okay, thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.